Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So it is 1 in the morning and I'm sitting in my car in the garage. Sounds weird, but I kind of wanted to be alone when I film this video. I don't even know if it's going to go up or not, but I kind of just wanted to like talk about this, and you know, if it goes up it goes up, if it doesn't it doesn't. But so you'll probably be able to tell by the title what this video is going to be about, I think. So it's going to be about my eldest son Kayden thinking that I hate him. So this happened probably about a few months ago now, and I've been working on it for a few months and things are going really well, so I wanted to talk about it. So I never really noticed there was a problem with my relationship with my kids at all, really, until it was brought to my attention, and I'm just like totally shocked at that it got to that point. And I'm going to talk about it. Now the reason I'm going to talk about it is because I think it's something that needs to be talked about, and I'm hoping that I might be able to help someone out if they're going through this, or even if they don't know they're going through it and they find out through this video that they may be going through it, they could fix it, and I could probably give some pointers on that. Anyway, I just zoomed the camera in because the lighting's weird. I don't really care about the lighting, I don't even know why I'm worried about it. I'm just kind of nervous to talk about this. So a few months ago, Kayden kept saying to me, like, why do you hate me, Mum, why do you hate me? And I would really just brush it off, because normally it'd be after I've told him off or something wasn't going his way or whatnot. And I just like, whatever, you know, just like thinking he was just a kid and not really understanding what he understands, and, you know, that things that he says are serious now. Well, yeah, serious now because he's older. So I never realised that there was anything wrong with my parenting. I always thought everything was fine. Well, not. People always said, you're such a good mum, you're such a good mum, but most of this stuff is like behind the scenes, so they didn't really know about it. So I'll start off with the basics. So Kayden and I have always had an okay relationship, but his main relationship was with Jessie. Like, he was a total daddy's boy, and like, you know, their relationship was like the main thing. Like, we had a relationship, but it wasn't like, we loved each other and it was like a mum-son relationship, but his main person was his dad. Like, he loves Jessie so much, and it's so crazy. Like, he's like, even now he's like closest with Jessie. And you know, everything was fine, and we had Jackson. He was fine up until 1, and he started having real bad behavioural issues. And I think I have talked about this in videos before. He was just, you know, took a lot of my time and was like, yeah, really in need of my time because of his issues. And it kind of put mine and Kayden's relationship on the like backboard, and I never noticed really, because, you know, a lot of my time went on to sorting out Jackson and whatnot. And I guess that's where it started to slip up. Now, I'm not an overly affectionate person, so I don't tell people I love them, and I don't know why. I think it's like something to do with an issue inside of me that I don't really know what it is, but I don't overly feel comfortable telling people I love them. I do it, but I don't feel comfortable doing it, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone else has like had that. And I'm not an overly huggy kind of person, so I guess that was one of the reasons why Kayden thought I didn't love him. But at the same time, I didn't overly think that he wanted it, because most of the time he's not an overly affectionate person, but with Jessie he would like be really affectionate with him. Like, he like would always hug him, tell him he loved him and stuff, and vice versa, Jessie would say it to him. So I didn't overly do that. Like, I showed my love in other ways, I thought. But obviously Kayden needed me to tell him that I loved him, and needed me to hug him and whatnot. So that's the start of it, I guess. My parenting, I never noticed was bad, but obviously I had the affection issue, so that was a bad point. But also, I'm the main parent, and Jessie's at work and stuff, so I tend to be the one that's the bad person, having to tell them off during the day. And when Dad came home, he was just like affectionate, play with them, have fun and stuff. And yeah, I was basically the bad guy. we didn't really, like, Jesse and I didn't really share that role. Like, he did tell them off and whatnot, but it wasn't like all the time. So yeah, he was kind of like the good guy and I was the bad guy. Kayden had separation anxiety issues through kindy and the first year of school. He had issues leaving us, mainly Jesse, I feel. So there's that as well that I need to put in there. So yeah, he never really said to me why did he hate me when he was younger. Like, he kind of just always went to Jesse if he had stuff that he wanted to talk about, had issues or wanted something, he would go to Jesse mainly. But if Jesse wasn't there, he would come to me. So that's kind of like a little backstory on the kids. Now, my parenting, I am not a gentle parenting person. Like, I would say I do it sometimes. Like, with Jackson and his issues, I dealt with it at the start by being, like, angry. Like, I'd be telling him off and being really stern with him, when in reality I really needed to get down to his level and talk to him and stuff, which was not so much when he was younger, but as he got older and as he's 4 years old now, we can just get down to his level, talk to him, hug it out, and the situation's, resolved. So I would be like that with Kayden. Like, I'd be so stressed out, tired and exhausted from dealing with Jackson's issues. So when it came down to Kayden, I would also, like, be angry towards him. Like, he's always been the kind of kid that you can, like, talk to him, but because I was so stressed out and angry throughout my days, even, like, if Kayden did something small, I would, like, overdo it with telling him off with stuff, and then if he did something big, I'd tell him off as well. But it's the small stuff that added up from me being angry and stuff. Like, I didn't hit them or anything, I'd just, like, yell at them and kind of leave it at that. So recently he'd started to tell me in, like, the last few months that, like, why do you hate me, like, and stuff like that, and I kind of just, like, brushed it off for a long time until we sat down and talked about it, and he generally thought that I hated him, and that was, like, the worst thing to hear as a parent. It made me feel terrible, and I just straight up thought I was a horrible person. So I took some time to think about it. I had a talk with Jesse and I talked with Kayden also, asked him how I could improve and stuff like that. And basically what we've all worked out as a family is that I need to be a more gentle parent. So that's what I've been doing the last few months, working on just trying to talk to them about the issue before, yelling, which I haven't really had to yell overly since we've been just talking about it. I also need to be more affectionate and, tell him I do love him and, spend time with him, like, put my cleaning on hold and go and, like, just hang out with him and spend time. I also need to spend more one-on-one time with both kids, because, like, this issue is mainly brought to the attention from Kayden, but I'm sure it affects Jackson as well. So I've started, doing this stuff with both the kids, like changing my parenting, and just trying to be a better parent and person in general. And yeah, it's been working really well so far. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any bits. So what I've generally been doing is obviously the gentle parent and stuff, spending more time, and I've seen dramatic improvements in our relationship, because I didn't really notice it until it was brought to my attention, but our relationship had just gone to shit, basically. And so I knew I needed to work on that. Kayden has now, like, started to come to me more for help with resolving problems, help with little issues that he has or anything like that. He's become more affectionate towards me. Like, before, if I'd try and hug him, he'd push me away. Now he'll hug me back. I do tell him that I love him, and he says it back. And he's also been really appreciative of stuff I do. Like, if I make a yum dinner, he'll tell me that it's good. If I do something nice for him, he'll say thank you. And he's, like, started calling me mummy and stuff, and I think that's really cute. I always just thought, kids are kids, they just say stuff. Now, from experience, don't be like that, because, Kayden understands way more than I thought, and when he brings something up, it's not just him being a kid. He's actually, like, you know, he's quite mature for his age, and he's like, if he comes to me and says something, I'll now like actually sit and listen to him, because he like is still learning. Like, he's trying to learn, and that's why he asks things and says things all the time. And you know, I'm starting to realize now that he's not a baby. He's like a big kid now, and he just understands things way differently now. And yeah, I've just got to try and make sure I listen to everything that he says, because I think that'll help us in the future. If he has issues in the future, he'll actually come and talk to us about it, type thing. But yeah, it's been weighing on me a lot, and I haven't really talked to anyone about it. Like, I did talk to Jessie about it, and Kayden obviously, but I haven't really talked to any of my friends about it. I've just come home from Peter and Jason's house, and I kind of like said something to them about it, and they're like, you haven't said anything to us about this. And I was like, oh, like, because I just, you know, haven't really talked about it. And they sat and listened and gave their feedback on it, and they thought it was really good what I've been doing. And it's crazy because they didn't even really notice a difference either. Like, yeah, like, as I said, I didn't even notice it. It was just because it just happened over such a period of time. You kind of just get used to things like that. And yeah, you really need to open your eyes, listen, and work on things, because, you know, if I had kept this going, he could be he would still think I hate him and would like resent me and whatnot. And when he's older, and if he has an issue, he might not come to me about it, and it could end bad. Like, you know, teenagers going through issues and stuff like suicide, self-harm and shit like that, and bullying. And could you imagine just not knowing about that? Like, I'm confident that if he had an issue that was pretty big, he'd come to me and Jessie about it. So that makes me feel a lot better. And because he's like, you know, getting older, that kind of stuff is going to be happening, like bullying and issues like that. And, you know, kids nowadays, they use the internet and YouTube, and they just learn things off of there, and it freaks me out a lot, actually, like the way technology's going and the way kids are nowadays. Like, seeing people on the internet, like even on my Instagram, like kids that are just so exposed to so many things, and they're like doing things that I done when I was like 20, and they're doing it when they're 15, and it's just like, you know, what's it going to be like when Kayden's older? Like, is he going to start doing bad stuff or like whatnot? And I just have to like trust him and be confident that, you know, even if he's got like friends and stuff that are into bad shit, I'm hoping that we're raising him to be smart enough to not do the bad shit, or like to at least talk to us about it or something. And the way things are going now, like the way our relationship is going, I feel like that'll be fine. But yeah, I don't really know the point of this video. I just wanted to talk about it, and, you know, it'd be good to look back on to see how much things have changed and how much we grow as a family, and my relationship with Kayden. And I'm just so grateful that I've had this experience, even though it's a bad thing, that, you know, we've worked through it and it's all good now, that I hopefully won't have that issue with Jackson. And talking about it on here, I'm hoping that, like, other people won't have this issue, or if they do have the issue, they'll catch it early enough to be able to, like, work through it, and hopefully, you know, things will go good for them too. But I think I've talked about everything to do with it. So yeah, if I remember anything else, I'll chuck it in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Kayden thought that I hated him, and it was really my fault because of my lack of listening and being blind basically to issues that were happening. And I'm just so grateful that Kayden actually, you know, came to me with it, and we've sorted it out now. So yeah, parenting's not easy. You're never perfect, and I don't understand why people don't talk about this kind of stuff. Like, it's an issue and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, you know, it's good to have people to talk to. And yeah, parenting is just so fucking hard, I swear to God. But it's just so rewarding at the same time. But anyway, I think I'm going to end this here because I really need to go to bed. It's like 1:30 now and I've been filming for a long time. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I really hope this helps someone. If anyone like needs someone to talk to, feel free to like message me privately on like YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Like, I'm happy to like talk and like, you know, give some tips, and we can like discuss with each other all the stuff to do with it or whatever. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go to bed now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you for my next video, guys. Bye!